Hello, you can probably hear a bit of echoing going on there from the track. I'm having to do this video recording again, basically because the buffer wasn't high enough and it was all crackly and a bit shit, so apologies. I'm doing this video predominantly because if you want to be a musician these days, you can't just be a musician. You have to do online content as well. Rather than just doing action videos and that kind of shit, I decided to do something that was actually of some use. I'm going to do a recommendation for a library that I've got recently and is really, really good. So don't expect any slick production. You could probably tell by the camera, it's not exactly a massive budgetary consideration image. I don't really like looking at myself at the best of times. I've thankfully got a pop filter to offer me a certain amount of modesty, though it's not covering my boy bosoms. I'm also, for some reason, pretty much bleached white. It's 24 degrees in the UK at the minute, which is obscenely high for us. So I do look like I'm about to burst into dust, so I apologise for that. So, cracking on. This library is Distinction by Blecks, who are a German company by the look of things. So, Germans and music, not really much of a conclusion that you need to draw there. They're notoriously good. I mean, they're brilliant at stuff. Comes with a little bit of a story. The story is fundamentally that I went online and I was doom scrolling through Facebook, looking at the usual cavalcade of crap that people were banging on about. Very irritating. And then I came across an advert for this, and I thought, "Ooh, this is interesting. It's like a kind of soundscape kind of thing with digital and analog sounds. It will be good to kind of like have in the background of tracks." And everybody was complaining about it, about the trailer in particular, going, "Oh, it's an AI voice." First of all, it wasn't an AI voice, it was text to speech. And secondly, I thought, well, we've got to cut people a bit of slack, particularly in the current market. Music companies, irrespective, unless you're Spotify, aren't making huge amounts of money, so they're having to cut corners and save costs. So I thought, well, it would be a nice gesture. I'm in my studio, such as it is. I'll record the VO for them. So I recorded the lines, did various takes, sent it to them, said, don't want anything back. It's just a gesture. And they very kindly emailed back after a couple of days, which I didn't expect, saying we may use it in the future, we may not. We may reach out if we want you to do other bits, but as a thank you, here's this library. And I was bowled over. So I'm not actually in this for getting anything, because I got it for free anyway. And if I didn't like it, I wouldn't say anything about it, because it's not like I got sponsors or anything. It's currently available for 199 euros, I think it is. 99 euros, which is about 99 quid ish, which for a library, and particularly one as varied and good as this, I think is an absolute bargain. So I'm going to jump onto Ableton. Apologies for not following proper protocol and naming all of my tracks. I'm shit at that. But I'm going to play you a bit of this espionage, can't even say it, put my teeth in. Tension, we'll use that word. Style track without Distinction being on it. Okay, so here we go. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely fine. It's, it does what it says on the tin, no problem. However, if I add Distinction now, have a listen. Native Instruments emailing me, go away. Now it's very Zimmer-esque meets Vangelis, or this particular sound is. What this is absolutely stellar at is making it's hitting the mid-range, I would say. That kind of, it gives your tracks character and body where they wouldn't be usually. Where things might sound a bit thin, this does a hell of a lot of heavy lifting. So I'm isolating it now just so you can hear it on its own. So it's like a church organ meets horns and synths, I would say. Incidentally, if you can't hear me over the track, I haven't worked out side compression on the OBS yet, but I'll get around to that at some point. This is what it looks like on its actual kind of main menu sort of screen. There's numerous styles, which I won't go into, but it's your standard kind of operating procedures. A brilliant randomize system. And look at the number of presets you get with this. So we've just heard that one that we were using now. I'm going to pick another one just completely at random. Silver Blade. Let's have a listen to that. So that's loaded up. See, again, that's leaning more into the kind of synth element, I would say. Soft evolving. Let's listen to that. See, that again that sounds lovely. That is sort of more of a strings with synth. It's got a very neoclassical bent, which is very fashionable at the minute. If you do trailer music or scores for TV, or you do game music or anything like that, I would say this is a really good must-have. It reminds me a lot of Substance, which is more, I feel, lined with the bass end of things, so it complements this really well. I'm going to be using it pretty much everything going forward because I just think it's brilliant. I cannot recommend it highly enough. So it's a Blecks Audio's Distinction. Just Google it, you'll be able to find it, get it bought. I'm going to be doing a few more of these because, well, I need to, really. It's all part and parcel of the old process in the modern age. But I'll be doing some more kind of like tutorial based stuff with an Ableton, which can be transferred to other DAWs. Just little bits and bobs that I've picked up over the years that I think will be beneficial, and I pull out of my pocket every so often just to give things a little bit of a lift. If this, again, quality wise isn't the best, I do apologise. They're going to be very ad hoc. It's going to be very little editing, none of those kind of crazy wipes and all that shit. I won't be calling anybody bra or anything like that because I'm not an oxygen thief. It's going to be a bit waffly, but it's going to have everything in it that you need. What I'm also going to start doing is a kind of, and I hate this term, like video game essays, but they're not really. Basically, I'm going to start playing through BioShock, and I'm going to pick it apart as I play because it's one of my favourite games of all time. I think it's a remarkable piece of artwork. The music, the plot, the acting, the game design, everything I think is superlative. So rather than just doing a let's play like a lot of people do, I will be playing through it, talking about it where it came from, like with System Shock 2 and the original System Shock and Glass Studios, where they got a lot of their designs from and all that kind of thing, interlinking it with basically dragging stuff onto the desktop, PDFs, that kind of malarkey, and web pages that will just kind of give you an idea of the background behind these things, because I think it's worth knowing, and you know, it's something that I enjoy and I feel passionate about. That again will be a bit waffly, but then I'm a bit of a waffly person. So anyway, I'm gonna go and melt by judging by the camera. It's either that or I've got some sort of like religious thing going on, like some carbohydrate heavy Jesus. Take good care of yourselves. Have a lovely weekend, and I will speak to you soon. Take care now.